Can't touch. She the only thing that caught my eye. She's so fine. She got the one of a kind.
What's going on, everybody? Man, do I know everybody in the chat is feeling some type of way, brother. And I get it. That's why we're here to we're here to talk tonight. So let's put our pitchforks away if we got them out. Put them down. Disarm yourself. I love you. Jesus loves you. And don't pick up your pitchforks and start going at it. Look, I'm gonna make the ground rules for our chat tonight, Cave. And I get it. If you're not with it and you don't like it, I understand. But I'm gonna set the tone here. First of all, we are not getting into this topic to try to go into a political debate about the state of America and the world and everything like that. Okay, that is just not something that I really want our channel to try to jump in and try to do. First of all, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Just buff, flexing on us. I mean, just calm down. I mean, if I could say one thing to anybody, it's to Ray, and it's just calm down. Okay, we know you're big. Okay, we know that. Yes, you're allowed to say whatever you want. We all have different opinions, and I'm going to give you mine. Honestly, I feel that this topic affects us all. Okay, it truly does, and I'm going to tell you why. But we are going to give context to the show. We are going to have a real conversation, and I want us to really, really talk about this without the political influence here. Let's talk about this by itself because it is its own thing. Okay, let's just be real. This is its own thing. So I'm going to ask you a question. Guys, I don't know how else to bring this up other than the way that I thought of it. Okay? This picture is obviously going, I don't even know if the word viral counts. This picture of Trump was posted, and I'd like to say I did see Kathy bringing some context, and I love that because we want to have more context. So apparently this was posted before, and then Trump posted it as well. Now, here's the problem that I'm having, okay? We need to look at this picture objectively. And I'm going to say this again. Let's put context to two things. One, he is the leader of the free world. One of the, if not the most powerful person in the world. And then number two, the picture itself. Can we please just start there? This picture, to me, and I feel like to anybody who is just looking at it, what does that picture say to you? I'd like to see your comments. I will wait. I'm genuinely not being a dick. I'm being serious. What does this say to you? And I will tell you, I saw this picture, and I think it was before there was context. There was no TikTok. There was no post behind it. There was no comment on it. I saw the picture, and I thought, what is this picture? What is that? Like, and again, I did not know that he posted it. That is the context that we need to have a conversation about. So number one, if you look at this picture, what does that look like to you? That's all I want to ask you, okay? I want to show you the video, okay? I want to show you something that is here that I want us to, this is his response, okay? This is his response, and I think we need this context. Okay, here we go. This is the response to the photo. You ready?
Mr. President, did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it.
Okay, so he admits he posted it. This was from his. If you guys remember, when Trump was out of office, he was removed off of social media. Like, not a single social media platform would allow him to have an account as himself. And so therefore he started his own social media site. And I think it's called Truth Social, but basically because he can fund it. And two, he had no social media site he was allowed to be on, but he said that he posted it. So that the question was, I don't know if you guys could hear it. She says, you depicted as Jesus. So this is his answer to it.
Mr. President, did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as the doctor. And
stop. Can we please have a conversation? I have been to the hospital many times, and then very recently, no doctor on the planet Earth I have met, I'm sorry, give me a second, has had glowing hands and been holding out a hand over someone with Jesus ropes. Okay? Let's just be objective there. That is not something I've seen. So I'm trying to understand, because again, I always tell you guys, you have to put yourself on both sides, no matter how upset you are. Context is important. So I'm trying to, even though I don't agree, I'm trying to just think for 2 seconds and say, okay, he thinks he's depicting himself as a healer. Oh man, hold on.
To do with Red Cross, as a Red Cross worker there, which we support, and only the fake news could come up with that one.
It's not, and this is where I had the issue with it. This is not fake news. We are looking at a picture that you posted, regardless of context of what is around it. I want to give you guys context for this real quick, just so I can stop before I get all over the place. If I posted this picture on the channel tomorrow, and it was my face over that robe, this exact picture, and I put my face right here and put myself in this position and said, I feel like I'm a healer, would you guys not second guess how I think of myself? Would you not think that maybe I am saying something more because a picture says 1,000 words? The picture itself is what we are discussing tonight. There is no mistake on what that looks like. Do we even, like, that is what makes it so hard for everybody. The reason why it has such shock value is because the picture itself is clear. Let me go ahead and I'll be very unbiased here. Okay. Let me just look up. I'm just going to put Jesus in my phone, and I'm going to show you my phone. Don't make fun of my 7% battery. Okay. Jesus Christ. I'd like to put that in there. First picture on Jesus Christ right there. Hold on. Is that exact robe. It's to the T with the red and the white, dog. Come on, bro. I mean, that's just tough. That's tough. I did not make this up. Look, I Googled Jesus Christ. It's right. Look at this. Look at this. I'm not making this up. Google it. Dog, come on, man. Come on. This is literally, look at this. Picture of Jesus on eBay. This almost every picture. We can't do it, man. We can't do it. We can't be out here doing this. Here's oh my gosh. Oh. Here's the thing, okay? And I'm just going to say it. I love you guys. I love our community. But you have to be really careful with loving someone and loving them past those types of things. Trump definitely has a PR team. He has people to check this stuff. He definitely had a pass on posting this. And then what does this tell you? Like, what? It's just it's so random, but yet what does it say? You cannot convince me, my personal opinion, you cannot convince me that picture does not depict him in Jesus robes with glowing Jesus hands and does not say a lot about a lot. Putting yourself in that picture. If I did that tomorrow, you guys would be pissed. You would be, and I'm nothing, it's not even the influence that I have and Trump has are not on the same planet, in the same galaxy. So do you understand the responsibility of being the president and even just posting something like that? Yes, he has a personality. Yes, he says a lot of times he's joking. He goes on and says he jokes. You have to be a responsible leader, though. And there's a lot of things that come with being the leader of the free world. Not that you're not supposed to have an opinion or this and that, but you are in the most powerful position. What you say and do has a very big effect on a lot of people. And this picture says a lot. Okay. And I'm sorry, but I cannot go with this explanation that he thought it was a doctor. Imagine any one of you posting a picture like this on your social media. People would be on your social media going, what in the world is this? So why can't we have that? That's the problem I'm having right now. I'm criticizing the picture. I'm criticizing the fact that this is a depiction of very clearly his face over a Jesus body healing a man. I'm sorry. How else do you read this? We looked at the picture itself. If anybody posted this, we would be questioning it, not alone a president. Any president. This is not about Trump. This is about any president posting this picture. All of us will go, what in the world is that? What is that? And why did he delete it? If he stands on business and he said, hey, that's just me as a healer. You guys misunderstood that. Why did you delete it? I'm just trying to give you guys context. There is a responsibility to being the president of the United States. There's a responsibility to what you say on your social media, especially when that social media is your own platform and where you post things that you own the whole platform. You made the platform. And so I think that that's where I get really upset in these debates, is because it turns so political so quickly. What does this have to do with politics? This is not about these certain beliefs. This stands alone. And that is what we are discussing tonight. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I'm trying to say. Thank you, Emmy. If I posted this in my face, you guys would be like, what is going on with you? This is the problem that I have. And again, it's just not cutting it. I'm going to play the rest of the video. I'm going to play it again for you because I want you to have the context so we can have the rest of the discussion. So give me a second. I'll play the video again. Very quick video.
Mr. President, did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depiction. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and it had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better.
I just can't sit with that. Okay, if a pastor posted this or a doctor, it's literally anybody. That's what you guys are understanding. This isn't Colby attacking Donald Trump. This is anybody posting this picture. You would be like, bro, whoa, what is that supposed to mean? What is that context? But we're gonna sit here and act like it's not a big deal that the president that runs our country posts this picture. The problem is there's obviously other things that are going on that have more context. There's a lot more things here. But you can't catch up with me, right? What if I posted this tomorrow and said I thought that this was just me? Like, and again, let's go to this. Okay. Let's stop here and say this. Okay. I'm gonna play both sides hard. I'm gonna play both the sides for us. And if any of you would like to jump on a call, feel free. I can post a link for us and you can have the floor. As long as we keep it civil, I'd love to discuss it. The thing is, if anybody in the world posted this, if a teacher posted this, if a pastor posted this, even if someone who's doing God's work posted this, you would have a concern. If my friend that I knew posted this picture, I would text him and probably call him and say, hey, what is that? And I just need you to understand that this shows you, in my mind, this is saying I am like Jesus. I am like Jesus. I don't mess with that. So it really just is going to come down to the simplicity of that. There's no way you can convince me that he thought that. You can't convince me that he thought he was a doctor picture. You can't. Because it comes down to I cannot rock with that answer. And so if you have a difference of opinion, please, you are welcome. You are welcome to come in here. But again, the picture itself, there's just, It's just too, it's come on, the picture itself. I'm going to set up the link real quick. I want you guys to watch the video again.
Mr. President, did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depiction. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better.
Mr. President, did you
I'm not going to play it again. What I will say is this. If you are in any kind of leadership position, we have to have this conversation. If you are the leader of people and you put up this post, you need people around you to check you. You need it. You need it. And honestly, this just goes past that point of what could this mean? Seriously, tell me what it means. Okay. And I looked and I read a bunch of different things, right? Because people have difference of opinions. They have difference of opinions. Okay. And it says he deleted it on this post. So let me go ahead and do this. Let me switch this out. Where is this? Okay. Here's an article. Okay. This article states he deletes it, which I think is interesting because what is the point here? Washington U.S. president on April 13 deleted a social media image apparently depicting himself as Jesus Christ after an outcry from religious leaders that he was being blasphemous. The image posted by Mr. Trump's Truth Social platform showed him flowing in red and white robes, touching the forehead of what appeared to be a sick man with the light shining from his hands. First of all, let's just be real, okay? He's the president. He's the president. He's not a doctor. So it just is what it is. Come on. The picture created with artificial intelligence was posted on late April 12th and was removed on April 13th. Asked about the post, Mr. Trump denied that he was trying to look like Jesus Christ. It's just so, it doesn't sit well with me. If I looked at that image and anybody's face was over it, and again, we don't even know what Jesus looks like. So even putting out pictures with Jesus, we just kind of know that we're like talking about Jesus, but we don't know what Jesus' face really looked like. And so that's a whole nother subject. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very clear. It's very clear. Okay. Asked, and he was denying, saying he was trying to look like Jesus Christ. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor and had to do Red Cross and had to do with Red Cross. I don't see the correlation with when your hands are glowing. I've played Skyrim, and I put the healing in my hand. I'm not gonna post a picture with me with glowing hands without, and it's just I come on, guys, please stick with me on this concept. Please explain to me how you misinterpret the picture. That's what's bothering me right now. It's like you can't misinterpret it. Even if someone posted it for you and you reposted it, it would be a problem. You actually posting it, then deleting it. And I understand it was on the social media before, but why post it yourself? Why? It's clear. I don't know. I'm just getting I'm getting heated because there's so many people who are in comments who also, I'm going to say another thing here. Okay. I'm going to say another really important, I think an important thing. I'm still the type of person though, that would want him to turn it around and be the best president possible. And I would want that for every president, because the Bible's very clear on praying for your enemies, for anybody. So regardless, you still would want him to change it up. You would still want him to go and be a better leader and figure it out and be a biblical leader of the country and follow and do the best for humanity that you can do. You're not going to make everybody happy, but this is so outside of the realm of all those other things right now. This is really its own entity. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to call in because you know I love you. So let me put my headphones in. Okay? Because I'm going to have to be able to hear you. But I'm letting you know right now, we're not going to come out here getting, first of all, we're a PG-13 show. I know we used to not be, but we are now. Okay. We're going to have love and respect for each other. And this is a discussion. And so here's what we're going to do. Here we go. I got to go ahead and add. Watch this. All right. So I'm going to post this in the chat. Wait, hold on. What the deal, though? What's up? What? Hold on. Ray calls for his wrench. Is this happening right now? You don't have a wrench? Oh my gosh. This man calls in for his wrench. I love you too, bro. Bye. This man wants his wrench. Watch this. Where does he not have his wrench? Oh, there you are. Oh, you don't have your wrench. There you go. All right. It's in the chat. I posted it in the chat. Let's see what we got. Once you guys pop in, it goes to your browser. And in your browser, it'll give you the opportunities, kind of like a FaceTime, but you don't have to be on the screen. So don't feel pressured to be on screen. If you don't want to be on screen, that's fine. You guys get that link? I will post it again. It might be a little bit too much because if everybody tries to do it at once, it might not let you in. But here's your chance. Come on. Keep it PG-13, and let's be respectful and love each other. I'm not here to try to debate policies or right wing, left wing, any of that. We're here to talk about the picture and why it's important and why it affects people and what does it mean. That's what we're here. So it's in the chat. Pop in. You can join. Okay, we've got Sammy over here. Let me get you on the screen. There you are. Can you hear me?
Hey.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hey, darling. Come on, I think good. G'day from Australia.
Oh, good day.
Oops. Yep. How you doing, darling? Been following you guys for years.
Talk to me.
I'm a Gen Xer. I've 50-ish.
Okay.
And I've been following Trump for what, 40 years now. I'm
Okay.
XMO, XLDS.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Yep. I was a good little Molly Mormon.
Yep.
Left when I was 17. Because I fell in love with a girl and can't have that. But the church over here is very different. We're not so intense. Anyway, going back to Trump in this picture.
Yeah.
So this picture, that light is actually seen in other paintings of Christ.
Mm-hmm. That's
why that light exists. So it's him actually representing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a representative of everything he thinks he is.
Mm-hmm.
This is the sundowning, and I honestly believe this man has dementia. I also believe he's also on the spectrum. His language is really low. It always has been.
Mm-hmm.
There are photos that he has blocked that I remember seeing where he had a drawer full of Adderall.
Mm-hmm.
He's like seriously specky.
Yeah.
And I'd say that as someone who is,
right.
and spec. But this picture is representative of the lies he likes to tell, because his view is if he can keep repeating them, then sooner or later you'll believe it. If I keep telling you that the sheep is pink and sheep is pink, you'll start going, okay, the sheep's pink.
Right.
Because fine. Yeah?
Yeah.
Watch him when he's having, we talked about fake journalism. fake news.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want them to tell his story. And so when he's being interviewed, he
Right.
was interviewed earlier this year, maybe late last year. He was talking about something or other. And the journalist pushed back in real time.
Yeah.
And he was the guy from Fox, right? It's the guy from his state-approved media.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because he wouldn't tout Trump's line, he then slurred him.
Yep.
He pushed out Riley Gaines, who's been one of his biggest followers for years, because Riley said no to this picture.
Yeah.
She was in the White House last week. He
Yep.
was talking about how good she is and how amazing
Right.
she is. Next thing you know,
Right.
she's gone, this picture isn't right. And he's
Yep.
gone, well, she's just she knows nothing. She's a low IQ person. His point where he likes to push everyone into, oh, they're a low IQ, they're a low IQ.
Yeah.
Because
Just because if we disagree, it doesn't make you low IQ. And I think what bothers me right now in this whole thing is like, regardless of what this was representative, even if it was done with good intent and it was like, okay, I carry the light of Christ in me and I'm giving that to others, but I'm in, like I said, if you Google Jesus, anybody can Google Jesus and you look it up, you're going to see almost the exact same outfit that he's wearing on Jesus in every single one of that first page of Google. And so it's like, it's just pretty clear to me, like what it is. But again, putting your face over, right? I saw somebody correct it, right? So somebody put like Trump below and then Jesus, like they corrected it and had Jesus putting his hand on Trump and the other person. That alone, like that one, I don't think that would have upset a lot of people, you know, but it's the fact that he is the person who's the healer. Now, again, I've played both sides.
Killed your education, killed your medical, killed everything else. The amount of damage he's done to your country is going to take decades to fix. And you guys see a lot of it because you're curtained off from what we see as Australian and England. From everywhere else, we see more of what you guys see because your media very much skews the way things are.
Yeah, you have an outside perspective, right?
I have an outside perspective. I've been watching the guy through this. I watched his rallies from his first presidency through his second presidency. I was so surprised when he won this. There's still that little itch in the back of my ear that says that no, it really was scammed. When you saw what his rallies were like, he shouldn't have won. He should not have won this and win all 7 swing states. So he's got this inflated belief. And so add that to, and I've just been for the last 2 years nursing my father through dementia and seeing the language come out. So there's so dementia, Alzheimer's in this. It's not funny.
And I think that's
how he gets for a second, pushing for a third now. He's pushing to take off all your voting. He's removed women's rights. He's done so much damage. And I hope that
I think that the problem is no, I was just saying, I think the problem is that regardless of anything other than, like, seriously, if you were just removed, and it's hard to do that, I know, but if you remove everything out of it, this alone, by any president, by any person in a powerful position, even if an NBA player, I'm going to tell you right now, if an NBA player posted something like this, it would be a possible reason they were suspended from their team. If there was like, you know, there would be repercussions pretty much at any level in life if somebody posted something like this, where their face in this depiction of this. So, well, I appreciate you. I'm going to let somebody else jump on real quick, but love you. Appreciate you. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Look at who he has as his Congress. As his secretaries. Hegseth. You know, look at the way they've come in. Look at follow the money, frankly, and that's where you see the biggest story. And there is a bigger story out there. Please, guys, I know a lot of you are Republicans. I can hear the language in the side. I'm a Bernie girl, but please
do your research.
Look at both sides. Look at both sides and know what you're listening to. Listen to both sides of the coin, because you get caught in this circle. Anyway, love.
Appreciate
care,
you. Much love
to all of you.
Thank you. Yeah, like that's perfect. That's a perfect point. You should listen to both arguments, both sides. When you listen to debates, when you listen to anything, there should be a bigger picture for you to get. But really what we're trying to say is you've got to look at this situation for what it is, bro. It's as simple as any of you posting this, the reaction you would get in your circles. Like if your mom posted this, if your dad posted this, if somebody you knew posted this, that doesn't matter. Pick anybody on this planet that posts this picture and you wouldn't be like, bro, what are you doing? This is like my first word is blasphemous. Why? Like there's just so clear. Now there's that other side of the coin is saying, okay, well, he didn't understand that he was posting this picture because he didn't understand the ramifications, or he thought it was a Red Cross thing. Unless he did not look at the image himself and really look at it for more than 30 seconds, not even 30 seconds, if you gave it a glance and you saw that and you said, okay, I'm going to post this, there's just no shot you thought it was anything other than what it is, which you look like you're Jesus. So even if that wasn't your intent, even if that was not his intent, it simply comes down to that's what it looks like. And that's why it's such a big deal, because it looks like you are saying that you are Jesus. Now, again, you should, I'll go back to this. You should be praying for people in the positions of power. You should, because they're the ones who make these decisions, who put us in these positions. Whether we feel like it is hopeless or whatever the case may be, God is bigger than any president or anything, any force on earth. So I still think we should be praying for people no matter what. And again, we're getting back to that savage land where it's like we just hate so much. That doesn't solve your problem. Like the problem is you're literally not solving a problem by doing that. I understand you're pissed. I understand outrage. I understand all the feelings. I understand these things when it comes to these types of subjects. But it really comes down to the simplicity of anybody posted this. Imagine if the Pope posted this. Imagine if the LDS prophet posted this. Imagine if Jeff Bezos posted this. Imagine if Elon Musk posted this. Doesn't matter. Do you see what I'm saying? Like the picture itself, it doesn't matter, because we all think the same thing no matter whose face was there. It just happened to be the freaking president. It just happened to be the president who posted this type of picture. That's what we're going to say. Thank you. That's all it is. You cannot tell me it looks like he's a doctor. It doesn't look like a doctor. Can we just, I'm not even being disrespectful. Can we just honestly, like without the biases, can we just say that you go ahead and you remove this? Okay. I'm just putting my hand over the face. You tell me that looks like what he said it is, that he's healing the world. And he said he is healing the world. Okay. Well, you know what? It's a really, 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 really bad way to say that. It's a really bad picture. You could have just been in your suit. You didn't have to have glowing hands. You didn't have to be holding a sick person and having people look up to you and have whatever is going on behind you. I understand. Okay, let me see. Oh, I can make it bigger. Get the frick out the way with this thing. What is that? Okay, hold on. All right, let's look at this image. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller. Okay. So that is clearly a man in a hospital bed with a nurse, the military, someone else's hand here. They all just happen to also be white. I'd like to point that out. Just an observation. Nothing crazy, but they just all happen to be white. And then Statue of Liberty, American flag, and then whatever this is. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Obviously, this is like AI or something. But this right here is the subject of that. Oh, you guys can't see my mouse? Oh, you can't see where I'm pointing. Oh, well, where we really need to focus on here is the fact. Here, I'm going to make the screen big. I'm going to leave. Here you go. You'll just hear my voice for a second. So we got this whole situation going on. Okay. And then he's sick. And we've got, I don't know who she's supposed to be. I don't know who Seamus is supposed to be. If that's supposed to be somebody, I don't know. Here's a military man. I can't do it, man. I can't sit here and tell you that I can understand where people are coming from on this one. It's just one of those ones, like, even putting myself on the other side as hard as I can with no bias, just saying, okay, he's an older guy. Maybe he didn't fully understand the context. Maybe what he's saying, he really did think so is true. Whatever the case may be, you just can't. I mean, come on, brother. Go on Google right now yourself. I don't even have to prove it to you. And then why did you have to delete it if that were the case? Because people were pissed. Well, why were they pissed? You can't be surprised and have this conversation where you say, "Oh, well, fake media." No, I'm not fake media. You're not fake media. This is the public. Now, you do have to go look a little bit more, right? There's more of a story. You have to understand a little bit more context than just face value. But at face value, it is bad. It is as bad as it gets. And then you really go into what he's saying. I looked up for videos on him speaking about it, and that was what is there. There's a little bit more to that clip than what we saw just now, but really it's just him. And then he has to back it up with him saying, you know, and then it backs up to, well, him saying, "I am healing the world," which just doesn't help your case. That's all I'll say. But again, everybody that I see is talking about this image. And again, and then the problem is we're having conversations like, what's the difference between the Last Supper photo? That's a whole nother thing. We got a lot going on in our world. Let's just be honest. Like, we could spend the rest of our lives talking about what's going on in the world. We could. I simply come down to the fact of what is going on. And what is that supposed to mean? Because again, we are at the mercy of our leaders. And you want your leaders to be solid. And obviously we all have different wants and things like that, but you want to know that you have something there. This alone. Oh, man. I'm just like, come on, bro. It's just as simple as it gets. Just look at the photo and just tell me that it really can say another. But I'd love to have one of you on and be able to, I don't want you to feel like I'm judging you. If you have a difference of opinion, I'm not going to be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe you don't agree with me." This is my opinion. If you see it differently, that doesn't make me dislike you or anything like that. It's just, I personally have looked at this. It has popped up everywhere I go. Almost everybody's talking about this. And I think it's interesting because that's how you know it has merit to it. There's something there. So here's what we'll do, okay? Because you guys know I love you. I'm going to bring someone back in, okay? I'm going to invite you. Let me see if you guys can click on that. Boom. Also, let me do this for the Discord. If you guys are in the Discord, go look at the Discord. Okay. I want to be fair. I really do. I really want to discuss this, and I don't want it to be us battling each other. That's not going to go anywhere. Thank you. They're blue light glasses. Appreciate that. I forgot I was wearing them, to be honest with you. So if you're on the Discord and you want to hop in on a voice chat, oh my gosh, my phone's at 2%. Oh, Lord. Oh boy, this is not good. Okay, let me see. Somebody pop in. Oh, I can do this again. Okay, I'll put it in there. If you don't, that's fine. If you don't. I already got yelled at by Ray for not having. But we just can't. Like, we have to be our society and our community and the things like that. We just have to be able to see these types of things and we just need to have conversations with it. Because I don't know what is the solution here? Now we're just stuck with this. Guys, I'm not that bad at charging my phone. I've never had 2%. That's just crazy. I don't even know how it's still on. Whatever. If it's probably going to die. So then my whole plan goes out the window. Oh, you know what? You guys have seen me lacking on the charger. It's because I stream and have the TikTok live on here too, or do other thing, whatever. Just hop on the voice in here. But I want to hear your guys' opinions because, again, you've heard what I say, but you guys know my opinion. Here's my one thing too, okay? Again, let's be very clear. I think what happens is that people are very, let's see. Hold on, I'm getting information live, okay? I'm getting information here. What do we got going on here? This never happened where we're really in a conversation and things are happening on cue, but I am telling you, my phone is going to die very quickly. Okay, I don't have any DMs on Discord, but I'm going to send this out one more time. And if not, it's fine. We can move on to our next subject. I just wanted to get your guys' opinions because I don't want it to be a bias and I don't want to sound like I want to hear your guys' opinions. So if you have a difference of opinion, hop on the show, baby. I don't know if it's giving you guys the opportunity though. Yeah, I'm going to get a studio charger. What am I doing in life? Oh, wait. Maybe I can save myself here with this random USB-C cord. Maybe it'll just stop my phone from dying. This is amazing. Okay. Okay, I have a charger. Do I trust the computer? Do I really have to do this right now? Yes, trust it. It's my computer. All right, one more time. It might not be going through for you guys, but this is what happens is that it just doesn't allow everybody to hop in. And so I don't know. I don't know if it's kicking you guys out or whatever the case is, but if you do pop in, here's our opportunity. Do I have to go to this one? Maybe. No, I already have you. I'm sharing here with a guest. Okay, well, if you pop in, I'll give you guys another minute. Anyway, like I'm going to wrap up on this because I've said enough. I will say this. It really just doesn't have to be this all-out war of like we can disagree, but in my opinion, if your absolute leader posts this, what does that say? What does that say? That's scary. And I'm just gonna say if no one else will say it, I'll say it's scary, and it just makes you think. Okay, when you posted it, there's just too many smart people around. And the thing is, we're already in this position where there's so many questions, there's so many things we're all wondering, and there's so much going on. And then all of a sudden that just drops. And it's just like, what in the hell, man? What is that? Nobody at your job, nobody in the world could post that and not be questioned. I mean, at least unless you're not saying things. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. I'm not with it. But okay, well, I don't have any DMs on Discord, guys. Sorry, I don't see anything. I just checked 3 different times. I don't have any more unless you send it to the group, which I don't have any of that. Okay, cool. You guys know I love you. Again, I tried not to have our community go into this and make political viewpoints and try to turn this into because here's the thing. We all know politics is just one of, if not the most messy thing there is. And it really turns people against each other because unfortunately turns us from listening to the sides and understanding and actually being there. Because what I think is happening is that media is literally set up to get us riled up. So that way our feelings and emotions and everything are at a 10. And it's like, that is the goal, is to get us so mad that we don't care what anybody says and we don't want to listen to anything else. The thing is, it's very important for us to have conversations. And again, I already know from our chat alone that people are in disagreement. And there's some people who see what he posted differently. And that doesn't mean that I have a problem with that. You see it differently because you have a different perspective. Again, We're all experiencing different things. My personal opinion comes down to what I've said, and I feel like I'm on a broken record here, is just simply that you can't look at that picture with no, you can look at that picture with no context, and you can just say, hey, no, whoever posted it, even if he didn't post it, I'd be like, no, that needs to get taken down. It's just not an accurate thing. Trump is not Jesus, and we shouldn't even be posting things as anybody taking the place of Jesus. Can we all agree on that at least? I mean, we have some people who aren't believers, but can we just say that I don't think it's a good move to start posting people as saviors of the world and doing that kind of thing? Like, we need to be very careful with that kind of thing, right? It's like people back in biblical times, you know, they would worship the prophets, and the prophets like, no, don't worship me, worship God. Like, we're missing that point. We're missing that you're not supposed to worship a person. You're supposed to trust that that person is doing what God is telling that person to do. That's the chain of command here. The problem is that picture completely derails that, because it looks like, just right as you look at it, it looks like he is saying, okay, I'm blessing people, I'm healing people. Well, apart from God, you're nothing. So that picture set off the world, because it's like, no, you're not Jesus. Like, you could be the greatest. And this is the thing. You could be the greatest, most influential president that ever lived, and you could do everything right, and you could just have the world just going into peace land and blah, 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 blah. But the second that you post something like this, that is wraps, brother. It doesn't matter. That's my point. It doesn't matter. That is not what we're here to do, is elevate anybody into that position. And the problem is, he's already at the highest position you can have. Do we understand the context now? The picture alone is crazy. I post the picture, you guys are all gonna leave the community. Rightfully so. If I posted that, you better get the frick out of here, because I done lost my mind if I post that. Put my face over anything like that depicts me as Jesus. What if I posted myself even just standing with my hands on, I had glowing hands and a robe, all that kind of stuff? Be like, whoa, bro, what is this? You're not Jesus. You're dang right I'm not. So that's the issue I take with it. It's a clear message, regardless of what the intention is behind it. It is a clear message. And we cannot be over here just trying to brush that off as if it's not important, because he himself posted it, and but we know he's not dumb by any means. He's a very smart man. He knows what a picture would mean. And so we should never elevate anybody. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're the pastor. I don't care if God called them to be a prophet. They themselves are still human beings who God is above. Like, it's like the fear of God is gone. We've just lost it. We've just lost the fear of God. We've lost that, like, Jesus is above all. You don't put yourself in any kind of position or any kind of picture where you even look like Jesus or depict yourself as Jesus. Let's just be honest. Like, that is exactly why I don't like Lori. Can you guys understand the context there? Anybody who puts themselves on level playing field or equals or close or above is a problem. That's it. Simple. We don't need to be doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you that for right now, again, please keep it civil. I hope this video keeps coming into this place where we can have a real community come around a subject that's very touchy and not hate each other. Let's just do that. That's just what it is. What we need to be doing now, is lifting each other up. Let's just be honest. Life is freaking hard. It's tough everywhere. And it always feels like the world is in chaos. So regardless of stuff like this is going on or not, you genuinely do have to do one thing. You have to spend more time with God. And I'm going to say it because, again, I know I have not been the perfect example of a Christian by any means. I was very upset when we watched the trials. I was very angry, and I'll never act like I'm perfect, or I've never been someone who is going to claim to be perfect Christian. But I've really come back to that place for realizing like it's so important to have a relationship with God. It really is. And that's okay, Carol. I'm not going political. Just so we're clear. I'm not going political. So I wanted to have a discussion about the picture itself and the fact that it affects our world, and it affects a lot, actually. It says a lot about what's going on. But I understand, and you're welcome to come back or not, but love you either way. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. I just feel like for all of us, what this community has been for me is a place for us to have a conversation. That's it. That's it. Love that, man. And guess what? Love it. Like God is love. It's biblical love, and love is clear. It doesn't boast, and there's a lot of the real, like what real love is like what God has for us, and it also doesn't let us slide. Like forgiving and letting you slide are not the same thing. We need to make that clear here. So we are not perfect. We're not perfect. No one is. And that scale should be there for even people like Trump. And if he was in that position, he said, okay, whatever, it is what it is. Like, okay, well, we're all going to keep it. We all have opinions, right? We all have opinions. So that's what it is. Yeah, I'd love that. But it just happens to be that our world doesn't like that. People get so pissed. I don't understand. It's like, okay, we don't agree on this subject. We don't, most 99% of you guys like Grease 1, and I like Grease 2. I mean, I got a couple of you OGs that come in here and are like, yeah, I like Grease 2 better. Well, you're OGs, but it's still an opinion, right? And I can give you all my reasonings why I think Grease 2 is a better movie. It's a better movie in my opinion. So you can't really move me off that rock. I watched them both. But again, we've lost our humanity here. We've lost it. We're just angry. We're just pissed off about everything, and we just lose it. Grape Ghost is the best. It just truly is. I do love bangs though. If you are an energy drink drinker, bangs just do something else because they got creatine in them. And it used to be like that. We got to get back to where never going to get through this. Yeah, that's it. And again, I had a whole nother subject for our show tonight. Obviously, this took a little bit more time. I wanted to give you guys more time to hop on, but it is what it is. White Monster is fire. If I had a ranking system, I'll tell you this. It's going to be Purple Haze, Bang, not Swedish Fish. Oh man, that's tough. Ghost has like all the best flavors. If you've never had Ghost, you are missing out in your life. You got to go Red, Sour Patch Kid, Ghost, Swedish Fish, Welch's. Oh my gosh, Ghost really does take the cake there. Bucked Up has some good ones. I'm going to tell you guys a funny story actually, so we can end on a high note here. So I had introduced Charles to energy like drinks, but back then there was like when supplement shops and everything were like super, I don't know, they're just everywhere. They don't really have that anymore. Like everything's just in the store or online. There's not as many supplement shops. There's this stuff called beta alanine that they put inside a pre-workout. It's what gives you this like tingle. Basically what pre-workout's supposed to do is supposed to give you a pump, which is supposed to open your veins up. So when you take it gives you caffeine, and then it opens up your veins so you can have a better pump, more blood to your muscle. This stuff was called Extreme Shock. I can't even find it anymore. I tried to buy it because I was like, it really was good. They used to sell it at gas stations, and I don't know why, because this stuff was ridiculous. It has a ton of beta alanine in it. So I showed it to Charles, and it used to come in these little basically doses you're supposed to have. It's like a small, like little plastic bottle. And when you drink it, it makes you tingle so bad, like touching your skin feels crazy. So I show Charles, he loves it, and it turns him red. And at this point, he's shaving his head, so he's bald. And he starts like he starts taking it at his desk, and he would be red as a beet. And the bottles got bigger, and there were supposed to be 2 different doses. And he literally started drinking the whole bottle. So it's supposed to be 2. You're supposed to literally drink half of it, which almost no one can. But you're not supposed to drink the whole thing. He would drink the whole thing and then be in his office. I go, Dad, what are you doing? Why are you like bright red? And he drank the whole, I look and I see the bottle and the whole thing was gone. Like, that's pre-workout. You can't drink it and sit at your desk. It's got beta alanine and you drink 2 doses. It was so funny. I'm like, Dad, you can't drink that. You cannot drink freaking beta, 2 doses of high level beta, and just sit at your desk and try to work. You're going to feel like you're on another planet, and your skin is probably going to be itchy. And if you touch your skin, it feels crazy. I don't know how to explain it. If you've never had beta, it's the thing that makes you tingle. If you have, you know what? This live is going off the rails. I'm done. I've had enough of this. I love you all. If the tingling, it's getting out of control. But it is crazy. It's a crazy feeling. Anyway, thank you guys for taking the time to talk about the subject. You guys are amazing. I'm glad that for the most of us, we can have those disagreements. And that's it. This is not something we're going to be doing on a regular basis. I want to make that very clear. This is not me jumping into politics. This is not how I rock. But when I see something that is like this, that affects a lot of things in my own life, you know, that's all. That's why we're talking about it, because it's there. But that doesn't mean that this whole channel or show or anything of that nature is going to be a political show. You guys I've been very clear with that. It's just not my heart. It's not what I'm trying to talk about. I have a perspective of the world, and I like to share it with you and hear you guys. That's it. We're a community. And again, I told you, we're going to be talking about true crime. We're going to be doing the podcast. I have just talked to someone today who wants to come on the podcast, who I'm very excited to talk to, which should be very soon. And that is what this channel is and will always be. So just because I knew, and I told you guys yesterday who were here for the show last night, I said, hey, this is going to be one of those things. This is going to be a hard subject. I get that, but just be patient with me, because we're not going to turn this political. I love you guys. Thank you guys for being so understanding, patient, and amazing. Love you. And I'll see you guys very soon, man.